Hey everybody, it is Chondra with ChondraRankin.com, and I finally made it on! Yay! As you can see, it is pitch black behind me, but it's just because it gets dark earlier. I am so excited. It is so warm right now. I have a tank top on outside. It's end of November. Yay! I am a little bit later than I wanted to be on getting on here, but I have had a distracted kind of evening. And it's partially because of being busy with errands, but just easily distracted because my brain is kind of tired. I probably need some water. I haven't had much water today. And dehydration can do that too. But I just wanted to tell you, well, first of all, after work I was like, oh crap, I have to get gas. I had been gone all day. We actually went to Illinois today to see the John Deere plant. So that was really cool, actually. They have a really beautiful campus. It's the John Deere World Headquarters, and that is where I went today with a couple of carloads of my coworkers. So that was actually kind of fun. Got to see some new things. Got to see some really historic architecture. Eero Saarinen designed that. He didn't live long enough to see it to fruition, but I actually wasn't even going to talk about that tonight, but we did get to see that, so that was really cool. I was geeking out a little bit design-wise. A little design nerd coming out in me, so just a fun day. But somehow, even if I'm not driving, traveling makes me tired, so my brain's a little So then after work, I had to get gas. I'm telling you how I'm distracted. See, I'm distracted right now from the actual points I'm going to make. I had to stop by Walgreens, which is really close to where I live, but I went in and all the pretty sparkly colors and lights. So much to look at. I didn't just get the cough medicine that I went there for. I got cough medicine and cough drops, which that one was fine. And some hair oil. And some roses, because I'm worth it. Any woman out there, if you don't get roses on whatever you want, flowers on a regular basis, go buy some for yourself. That is what I did. I got some pink roses. Yay for me. I also got some fleece-lined leggings at Walgreens. It's a store where you can get everything, except for hot chocolate. The only hot chocolate I could find was for a Keurig, and I do not have one, which is crazy that they don't have that. So I'll have to make my own. Anyway, I probably spent 30 minutes in that store because I was looking around. I was looking at shampoo and looking at stuff for my hair, and then I looked at candy. Actually, I was looking for hot chocolate in every aisle, but there was none to be found. So hot chocolate. It's gonna be cold soon, and I really want hot chocolate. Hey Marissa, I bet you want hot chocolate too. It's just like a common comfort drink. Anyway, I couldn't find any, so I have to make some out of like shaving chocolate here and milk or something. I don't know. Anyway, you can see how distracted I have been this evening, and sometimes that happens if you sit down to do a task that you have a list of things to do. I do this a lot. I'll sit down, I have particular things I need to do on Facebook, and then I start scrolling through the feed, and I'm like, oh, what is this person doing? I'm gonna Facebook creep on them a little bit. And have you ever started looking at photos of people you don't even know? That means you're distracted. And if you have time to do that, hey, great. I have done that before. But I wanted to give you some tips to get rid of distraction and sharpen your focus, because once you do that, you can get more done and you can be more productive, and then maybe you can relax after it's done. So I'm going to give you 10 tips. I got these off lifehack.com. I don't remember the author. Excuse me. But I just kind of make up my own. I use this as a loose tool. So anyway, as I digress again, 10 tips to prevent distraction and sharpen your focus. The first is keep your vision in mind. And your vision should be plastered on your wall, in your bathroom, by your computer. It could be the background of your computer, your desktop. Something to keep you on task. Know what your vision is. We've talked about vision before. How do you do it? You need to sit down and figure out your vision. But know your vision and keep your goals in mind. Okay? That was number one. That's important because that proves to you why you need to focus. If you don't have a goal, then you don't have anything to work for. But if you have a goal, then focus on getting your stuff done to get that accomplished. Number two, I have a difficult time doing this because I want to do everything. I want to do 10 things, and I go from here to there, and I'm like, oh, I need to connect this, and then I need to link something into the blog post, and then I need to send that out as an email, and I get a lot done, but holy cow, there's a lot going on. So reduce the chaos of your day by focusing on 2 to 3 important tasks. Narrow it down, especially if you're just starting on an endeavor, or if you need to really focus on one thing to get it done. 2 to 3 tasks. That's number 2. Reduce your focus, and then it's just narrows it for you and creates more focus on those things. Write them down, because if you just go over to the computer and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that, and you'll be distracted. I guarantee it. I will be anyway. So write it down. And don't do more than those 2 to 3. If you get them done and it doesn't take very long, great. But don't move on until you get those 2 to 3 most important things done. Okay. So 3, do those tasks as soon as possible. I was up earlier this morning, as I mentioned in my live this morning. And first thing this morning, what did I do? I turned a blog post over from draft to published. So I published that. I sent it out in my email list. What else did I do first thing this morning? That might have been it as far as business stuff goes. But I did look at Facebook, and I responded to a few things on that I needed to respond to. So do things as soon as you can. Whether that's first thing or after you do your routine in the morning, which might be showering, working out, not in that order, meditation, and your personal growth, which is 10 to 15 minutes of reading probably. So maybe after those things, but fit it in as soon as you can. Because the sooner you knock it out, the sooner you can move on to other things. Focus on the smallest part of your work at a time. And this is a little bit related to focusing on those 2 to 3 tasks, because you're taking those 2 to 3 tasks from your overall focus on what you need to do. But break those down further. If you need to, excuse me, for instance, if I was going to do some work on Instagram tonight, maybe I first create a meme, and then that's my first task, and then I load it into Instagram. That's my second task. And then my third task would be, I've been going through and I've been adding some different people, so I have a process to go through to do that. That probably takes 15 to 30 minutes, just depending on how much I get distracted in doing that, or if I'm reading things a little more in depth. So break it down. If you're, let's see, I'm trying to apply this to another thing. So if you're doing, oh, my mind went blank. If you're cleaning the house, don't try to do one thing here, one thing there. Try to do one task and finish it, and then move on to the next task. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So break down those tasks that you need to do into smaller easily digestible chunks. Actually, I talked about this before. It's called chunking. It's a Tony Robbins method that he uses. Okay. Another way you could do that was if you're writing a blog, think about what size of post you want to write, and maybe say, you know what, I'm gonna write the headline, because the headline is super important on your blog. Or you can say, okay, I have the headline done, I'm gonna write one paragraph, and it's gonna be a great paragraph, or whatever that is. But you know, just break it down into those easily digestible chunks. 5, we've talked about this a little bit before, visualize yourself working. This could be probably not while you're supposed to be working, but when you do your self-growth and visualization in the morning, visualize where your goals are, because that's what you're thinking of. You want to accomplish those, but also visualize the 2 to 3 steps you need to accomplish to get it done. And just close your eyes, visualize it being done. You don't even have to go through the entire process in your mind, but picture your blog post completed, or picture your workout completed, whatever you're going to be doing. And that will motivate you to think about that later on in the day. 6, control your internal distractions. Oh, this is a hard one. But I'm actually going to, I just was reviewing my list for a second. Control your internal distractions. Huge way to do this. You have to be able to control your mind, and that's really hard to do because we're not taught how to do that. But meditation is a huge way to help focus your mind. And I haven't done any posts on exactly how to do that, but you can Google it too. I'll have to do one sometime. But it's to help you focus and quiet your mind, because there's so much noise and there's so much stuff going on. You have to be able to quiet that and compartmentalize and move some of the tasks out of your mind that aren't things you're presently working on. So quiet your mind is basically number 6. Number 7 is the external distraction. Remove yourself from that. It's actually something I'm doing at work. We're talking about a library concept, so you have a quiet area to go to so you can work and not be distracted. And everyone knows if you're in that area, don't bother you. So maybe you have an area at home or an area that you know will not have external distractions. It might have to be early in the morning or late at night to get your stuff done. So 8, skip what you don't know. Oh boy. I encounter things I don't know all the time. I'm trying to do a particular thing and I'm like, oh, I need a funnel, or I need a button, or I need a something in my blog or in my Instagram or whatever I'm doing at the time. And if I stop to learn how to do everything in between, I won't get it done. Sometimes you have to skip over something that you want to do later on, maybe jot it down as a long-term goal to get it done. But skip what you don't know. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes, yes, stop and learn it, but not if it's a really in-depth thing. It's going to take hours to set up. 9, improve your discipline with focus practice. So, this includes meditation, which I mentioned earlier, but there are different exercises you can do to improve your discipline. And I will expand upon this later on, but think of the tools that you use to help yourself focus. Hey, Becca. Like I said, meditation is one, because you help to, if your mind is like all flipperty-gibberty, you can funnel that in and really laser focus on one on one thing. Pardon So meditation is one, and think of the tools like I said, you personally use to help focus your mind. 10 is manage your momentum. You can always do some things ahead of time to help you focus, but if you lose your momentum, you're going to be all over the place. You won't have a focus as much because you might start to get panicked because you're running behind and you're, oh, I need to get this done and this done today. That's my goal. And maybe you need to reassess your goals if you're not getting everything done every day like you plan. You could, for instance, blogging, I keep referring to that tonight. If you're blogging, maybe instead of blogging every day, you just do the weekdays, or you just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you really send it out everywhere. Do what makes sense for you as long as it's consistent. So manage how that momentum is working and make sure you continue to use that to keep propelling you forward, so you don't lose your momentum and lose your ability to want to move forward. I hope that all made sense. I'll just review those really quickly. I won't go in depth on them. But 1, keep your vision or goals in mind. 2, reduce the chaos of your day. Really focus in on 2 to 3 really important tasks. Write them down so you really can focus on them. 3, do them as soon as possible, as soon as you wake up if you can. But 4, focus only on the small